Hello? Anybody out there? Somewhere, I suppose. Okay. This is kind of a test run to see how this rig is going to work. The idea here is to have an instrument set up and demonstrate some lead synth lines, bass lines, whatever. Now, I chose this particular song, even though it's not in a technical difficulty song list, because the copyright on this song is mine. Facebook and YouTube like to delete videos that have copyrights. This was my copyright till I released it into the public domain about 10 years ago. I haven't told you who I am. My name is John, and some of you guys know me, some don't. Probably most of you don't. The band this is from is called The Paradise Dream. It's my solo act. Anyway, enough yak. Let me explain real quick what's going on. You can hear in the background how the song goes. The progression itself is pretty simple to me. It goes A minor, and then you have a C in first inversion. Some of you beginning piano students may learn this is a 4 chord in the key of G. The next chord is an F major 7th. An F minor 7th would have an E flat at the end, or a D sharp, whichever you want to call it. This is F, C, E. There's no third in it, so that makes the 7th major. Next chord is a, I got to think about this one. Essentially, it's a C with no 5th on the end of it. So it goes E, C, and then E. And then the last chord that you need to know is an E minor 7th, also with no 3rd. If it was an E major 7th, you'd have that D sharp again, but you don't. So that makes the 7th minor. Those are the chords for the chorus and for the verse that you'll hear. The only difference between the two of them is that the chords are rolled, or they're kind of an arpeggio during the verse, and they're block chords during the chorus. Right now there's a chorus playing. You can hear that there's a couple of grace notes on the end of each chord and parts of it. Now there's a bridge to this song. That bridge goes A minor in second inversion, and then you have C over G. You can see my left thumb here is kind of wiggling around. That's where the G is. Then you have a C suspended 4th over F, C over E, C suspended 2nd over D, and then a straight out C. Here's the bridge. Or no, wait, this isn't the bridge. This is where the chorus drops down an octave. You wonder how I was able to do all this? Well, I didn't do it on a single board. I did it on 2 of them going at the same time. That's how you get some things mixed together. Anyway, let's go ahead and fade this out, and I'll show you how all this stuff is put together. Okay, now that that's faded, I've got a little bit different patch here. I was messing around and come up with this by accident, and it sounded pretty cool. So when the song first starts out, here's your A minor, and then your C over G, F major 7th, back to C over E, and that little transfer was over to a E minor 7th. And then we start it with a beat. And I'm going to show you how to do those grace notes. After this A minor here, we're going to go F and then G. Same thing over the C chord. F, then B as in boy. And that part remains unchanged. Don't make the mistake I just did. F, B as in boy. B. That's your chorus. Now we're going to put a verse together real quick. It's pretty similar. At the end of that last set where it goes to the E minor 7th, things are a little bit different, but you'll see it. That's your verse right there. That's all there is to it. It goes to that about twice, I believe. And then somewhere in the recording, it flips up and down from one octave to the next. Now I'll show you the bridge. We're going to start with A minor, and it's going to walk down from A minor to C over G, C sharp, or no, C suspended fourth over F, and then C over E. The whole thing is a bass walk down, so check this out here. Your bass goes A, G, F, E, and then you stop right there. With your right hand, you're playing the chords that match those, and then you go back up to your A. That's what the bridge is built around, so it sounds something like this. Notice my left thumb. And at the end of that, there's those two little grace notes there, an A and a B. And I just rang it out at the very end. I held that A minor. You'll hear that in the recording as well. I played through a chorus and then held that A minor out for like 8 or 16 beats. That's pretty much the whole song. I'm going to go ahead and fade this back in, and that way you can hear it. You can mess with it some and see if you picked it up. And if so, great. This is where your chorus is kicked down an octave, so it will be playing about right in here. It's kind of a stretch too. I'll show you later on how to do that. Actually, okay, it's going through the second time. You're right here. When this starts to stretch out into your F major 7th and your final E, these notes up here are the most important to play. If you can't reach this one, don't worry about it. And then we're back into the verse. The patches used here, I think I had a halo pad for the melody, and the bass is a male voice patch. Before all that, I forget what I had. I think it was. It's been so long since I recorded this. In the beginning of the song, the bass is a completely different patch. It's layered something over something else. I can't remember what. It's some type of synth pad and some type of synth lead layered one over the other. Oh, and by the way, the patch that you heard as I was playing this keyboard was a square wave. All this stuff except for the male voice patch is in the general MIDI set. That voice patch is custom to a keyboard I had at the time. That's the C suspended fourth. That means we're in a bridge. It's going to go down to C over E, and then now kick it back up to A minor. Now you go to a G, C suspended fourth, C over E, C suspended second, and then a C. You got that point, you got the entire song, so that's pretty much it. That's the song Battleground. Wait a minute. That sounds kind of like I've experienced technical No, I have not experienced technical difficulties. You have just experienced the Paradise Stream. Thanks for watching.